Some people that was in my life, and sad to say I had to cut completely out of my life in order for me to get better. And I didn't want to cut these individuals out my life, but let's say this is what they say about me and my family. They say I'm crazy. Yeah. They say that I think everybody want my man. And at this point, I don't care what people think or what they say. I just can see. I'm a seer. I don't tolerate disrespect. And I could tell a Jezebel spirit from a Delilah spirit, from a controlling spirit, from a witchcraft spirit. And I'm not blaming nobody. You are who you are. But it's up to me to continue to allow those type of people in my life in order for me to get better. So the one person that I wanted to talk to, because I felt disrespected along with my partner, they was like, you're insecure, nobody with your man. I don't know what y'all got going on over there, but that wasn't the thing. Again, the whole story was, sorry y'all. Sorry y'all. So the whole story was there was a family member that I have noticed from my past, barbecues, get-togethers, birthdays, things like that. Been I and my man have been flirting a little bit around my man. And I have ignored it. I thought it was flattering. I thought it was funny. I told a couple family members, they even noticed it. They're not going to tell that individual. They're not going to tell her. But they noticed it and they laughed it off. And then some family members was in denial and was like, oh, that's just how she is. She got those pretty eyes. And when she look at people, that I think it's because she get weeded up and she does that. She just does that. So me, on the other hand, I'm like, okay, she could just do that all she want, but I'm going to bring it to her attention and I'm going to have a conversation about it. Not now, some people would cut somebody off out of their life completely, right? I love family. And I'm not going to ever let a man come between my family because men come and go. So I just wanted to have a conversation so we could get clarity so it won't happen again. If it did happen, even if the person denied it, we could still have a conversation. And you don't have to be here. We don't have to hang out in my home. Even if my man felt uncomfortable, even if, which he did, and he didn't want to tell me because he didn't want to cause the conflict, I peeped it first, to be honest. And then he noticed it time after time after time. And then other people started noticing. But one person in my family, they never could see my side. And it's sad to say it's a very close family member. But they sided with that other individual that I said was flirting around my man. They sided with them. And that's fine. That's okay. But it hurts because that individual is very close to me. And they never see my point of view. They never do. So I'm just classified as crazy. And she'll flip out and she'll fight you. And she think everybody want her man. And that's honestly not the case. Okay. I just can see. And I can see disrespect. And I'm not going to tolerate it. Now, maybe in the past, I'll say I was a little, you better not even look. It's going to be a fight. Okay. But I learned from that experience. And that's why I haven't said it for so long. That's why I haven't mentioned it to this person for so long. I just wanted to continue to watch. And the person that sided with that individual don't even come to family gatherings. And they should be closer to me than that individual that was doing the disrespect. But that's neither here or there. I ain't gonna lie, that was like a favorite cousin of mine, female cousin of mine. I still wanted that relationship with her. I still wanted to hang out with her, but God said no. And She told me she was done with me. She cut me out her life, even though I was still willing to say, you know what? We could hang out outside of my house. Like, you my cousin regardless. But God said no. When she said she's done, she don't want me in her life, I cut her out of my life. So I blocked her from every access. She can't be blocked from YouTube. She probably see this. But I blocked her from everything I ever do. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. And the reason why I did that is because when somebody say they're done, I'm going to respectfully remove myself and still be happy. I'm not going to say it doesn't hurt that family is that we as family going through this. Yes, it do. Because, like, we used to hang out all the time. But at the same time, it's all good. It is all good. To God be the glory. Hopefully, she'll come to me. Hopefully, even if I looked at it in the wrong light, she would even come to me and say, let's talk about this and let's get past this and have closure. One thing I do want to say, I have forgiveness in my heart and I do forgive her. Whether I was wrong or right, or whether she was right or wrong, or whether we both was wrong, I have forgiveness in my heart. And we definitely have to move on. We definitely have to love people from afar. And you have to set boundaries in your life. In order for you to be happy, and to move on with your life and keep positive people around you, you have to set boundaries in your life and you have to remove those people that is not for you, that don't have any type of respect for you or have respect for themselves. Because I feel like when a person do that to you or flirting around your man or even trying to see your man behind your back, and I'm not saying that's the case, I just feel like it was a little jealousy there, and I feel like she didn't want him. I feel like she did it just to hurt me and to aggravate me. And if that was the case, that's a person that don't really love you anyway. I'm glad she removed me out her life. I'm glad I removed her out of my life. And that's a person that don't have respect for you, and they don't have respect for themselves, and they don't have no integrity about themselves. And now that I'm on this new walk with Christ, this been a battle for me. I'm not perfect. I'm still falling short. I tried to walk straight with God since 2018. So me having this battle in my life, y'all, I'm telling you, I have totally changed because at one time ago, I would have been brought it to her attention. We probably would have been fighting. And I'm going to be honest. And I had an encounter with somebody else similar to this, but this was at the time when I was young. I ain't know nothing about Facebook, and my man and her was communicating on Facebook, and I didn't understand that, but that's different. I didn't know then, and I was younger. And that was the old me that would flip off the handle with anything. But this time, I've really looked at this situation, examined this situation to make sure that, that ain't crazy. This is what I see. But at the same time, if people want to think that, so be it. They just can't accept who I am now and the integrity that I walk in now. And even if, let's say, I am looking at her in the wrong light. Okay, but she didn't have to yell. She didn't have to scream. When I presented it to her, I didn't blame her. I asked her like this. I said, my man is uncomfortable. And he brought it to my attention. He noticed it. And I want to know what's going on. She tripped out. She did not want to have a conversation. She was just like, y'all, I don't got time for your insecurities. And I don't got time for you. And I hope to God you ain't looking at my men, and I wouldn't want to be around nobody that's like that. So basically, I'm done with you. So when she said that, she didn't even give me a chance to say, I noticed it. Because I did. I noticed it first. But at first, I'm like, oh, anybody can look at your man. Anybody be like, damn, he a nice looking dude. Like, and when it happened a few times, and then when he noticed it, it came to me. That's when I presented it. Because it been some time. It been some time with me keeping my mouth shut. So when I presented it to her, I feel like she came off wrong. And maybe she felt like I was blaming her or accusing her. But it still didn't have to be yelling and screaming. I'm telling you, I am so glad I passed my test. I did not yell. I did not scream. I kept my integrity. I just asked a question. And that's fine. If somebody don't want to be around you, they don't have to be. But I say this to say that I'm glad that she removed herself, because it just shows that it was true. It just shows that like, if it wasn't true, you're not gonna yell and scream, right? I have been accused before, but the person came to me and I was just like, well, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe, but that's not what it is. And I said to that person, I feel like until you can trust me, then we can reconnect. And I did call that person back and checked on them just anyway. And we talk here and there, but I know that person don't trust me. And it's bad because I wasn't never around that person, men or men's or friends or men friends at all. And I understand that this person does suffer with mental situations. But with my situation, she was around my dude. She flirted around my dude. I seen the disrespect. I laughed it off at first, thought it was funny because come on, anybody could look at somebody like, oh, he nice looking. But when it's a constant and flirting and following your dude around, now that's when the disrespect come in. So yeah, I'm glad that I have removed myself. I'm glad she even told me to remove myself, because I was going to even let us hang out outside of my home. But I'm glad that she said she was done. So I removed myself, I blocked her, and I'm holding on my integrity. And I have nothing to feel ashamed about or even feel embarrassed to even present it here on YouTube. I might get some backlash, and I would like to see y'all point of views, but it is what it is. So at this point in my life, I just want to set boundaries, and I don't want to be around negative people. And we all can build relationships and have disagreements and move past it. But when a person really say they don't want you in their life, or I build a boundary and we need to have a conversation about it, but you feel like you already had that conversation and you want to move past it, that means that person has not moved past it. You know what I mean? If y'all already had a conversation and they still don't want you in their life. So I had another instance of a family member. We had a little discussion, and it was like, oh, I set boundaries in my life, and before we could even hang out again, we need to have a conversation. And I understand that. But the thing was, she gave me plenty of conversation through voice text messages. So I'm thinking everything good. I'm thinking we could move past it and everything will be fine. But no, she's still holding on to it. So I blocked her from every platform as well. Because if you can't move past it, you still holding grudges, you still got attitude, and I move past it, then there's something wrong with you. And that means you didn't want the relationship from the jump. So I have removed 2 people out of my life thus far. You won't see no people in none of my videos anymore, y'all. And I'm not going to disclose who they are. But I'm just moving past it. And I'm quite sure if I did disclose it, some of y'all that probably know them people would be like, yeah, don't trust her. Because a couple people that already presented this situation about, especially with the situation with me and my dude, they already said, yeah, she can be a little disrespectful, but she'll play it off like she's not. Don't trust her. And it is what it is. They just need spiritual healing, and they need spiritual deliverance from that lust demon. That's all I have to say about it. I don't care whoever in my family don't want to be around me because of that particular individual, because I removed them and they removed me, then that's their issue. And I don't feel like that's their battle. That's me and that person battle to come back together. But for y'all to talk about me throughout the family, if there is family members that's doing that, then shame on y'all. Y'all need to be praying, because family should be together. Family should bind. Family should communicate. But also, when you a child of God and you trust in the Lord Jesus Christ, God said, I did not come to bring peace. He came to bring separation, especially if they're not serving the same God you're serving. And even if they are, then you have to really remove yourself so God can get them full deliverance. And with that family member that I said was my favorite cousin at the time, I still love her, but I still feel like she need full deliverance and full healing for the rudeness, the no respectness, and the Delilah spirit and the Jezebel spirit, that you will disrespect me and my partner in that way. So again, I don't care who watched this video. I don't care if she watched the video. At the end of the day, I'm gonna give y'all more stories. Again, some people you just can't disclose their names because some things you need to keep private. But I wanted to bring y'all all of me, like I said, everything that I'm going through. And yes, it hurt when people don't have respect for you and they don't love you like you thought they did. It hurt. But at the end of the day, you got to move on because you will heal. But yeah, let me get ready. I still got them hot dogs boiling. I smell them. So let me take them hot dogs out, cut them up, and put them in a container for the kids. Because I'm about to get ready to go get my massage because, honey, I need it. So I wanted to give y'all this tip before I go to Candace Stone to get this massage. Peace, y'all.